There's going to be so many behind the scenes.
Cheers to us too.
And our new project.
Yes, our new beginnings.
It's so good.
I forgot to do this.
Wait, you didn't even drink your wine. Okay.
I cheers with the Henny first.
Whew, Jesus.
The wine will come
Take
after.
the wheel. I'm a little nervous today.
I was going to whisper into the mic.
Can y'all hear us?
Welcome to our first ever podcast.
Conversations. They can't hear me if you're
This is some ASMR.
They can't hear me.
This is like taking up the space. Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello. Welcome to our first ever podcast. We kind of wanted to do a little something new, adventurous, and fun for us. I am Laura.
I'm Sammy.
I'm Lori.
It's okay. They're all new to
We're a
this.
little camera shy today. It's been a long time. But we're really excited to be back with you all and doing a new project. I think one of the reasons why I decided to do this and decided to come back was because I really missed filming with these two ladies next to me. And just having a platform somewhere where I can kind of share some of my life experiences and just talk about some of the things I've been through. I think last time we did this, I really enjoyed kind of sharing my coming out experience, and I feel like it really opened the conversation to new dialogue and new conversation.
Don't look at me.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
So I'm just excited to kind of do a little bit more of that this time around. I cannot.
What is wrong with you?
Lori can't be serious.
Well, this is a part of the podcast.
I'm crying because
I can't.
Why?
You're taking up the memory face.
Well, as you can see, we do
I'll hot
have
mess.
cocktails, wine,
Okay, wait.
Henny.
Hold on. You have to redo that. Okay, go. But do the cocktail part. Lori.
She's crying. She is crying on our first ever podcast.
I can't take myself seriously right now.
I cannot. Oh my
I'm gonna
goodness.
just freaking drink. She is killing me.
And then there was two.
Okay.
Well, our very first topic we would like to bring up, which
Wait
is
for Lori to sit down.
she ain't gonna sit. I'm gonna just keep it going.
Wait, no, share why you guys decided to come out.
Well,
After
for me
8
personally, yeah, like it's been 8 years. We've been talking about, I guess, for the past 2 weeks or 2 years now.
Stop the cat.
Sorry, 2 years now. We've been. I want to say it's probably been more than 2 years. We've been talking about having a podcast because we have so many just moments of us coming together, having really good conversations, and it's like informative. It's fun. It's just what we've all been up to every time we get together. So I think this is like the perfect.
Do I look funny?
Don't put her across from me because she is a mess to become.
Y'all need to be next to
She
each
needs to
other.
keep drinking. But yeah, no, I am excited. I'm glad that we are actually really doing this because this has been in the works for so long and it's finally happening. If she doesn't make it to the second episode, you know why.
Okay, so for me, I just enjoy conversations in general, especially with my close family and friends, and it just this whole scenario, this whole thing made the most sense at this time, and I'm gonna struggle.
We have a lot of edits.
Okay, I'm good. Go ahead.
You're done talking? Are you done? That's all you want to share. Well, I guess we just kick it off with our kind of first topic of conversation.
I'm not the only one pressing it.
But I'm not giggling the entire time.
Okay, go. I have to be serious. Okay.
Our first topic of conversation would be just life in our 30s, where each and every one of us is at in our life, and kind of share with you what's going on.
Why don't you tell us what you've been doing for the last 8 years? Well, you haven't been on camera.
I have just been trying to find myself, more so what I want to do in this life. And I think I've accomplished a lot from where I was 8 years ago to now. I think I've gone to a place where I am happy and I can kind of soak in all of what's going on in my life and just be excited and continue to continue with that same energy and momentum, like moving forward every single day. Yeah, I'm like happy.
What you been doing, Lori?
I've just been
Giggling.
as well as well as just enjoying the process of enjoying the process while living my life. Whether it has its ups and downs, highs and lows, and all of that in between. I'm just trying to go with the flow more and be accepting of what comes at me, because that, I know, in the end makes me stronger and better.
I feel that.
Made that up.
I feel that. Did you see the leap up?
She said she made it. I'm gonna cut you completely out, like your image, your audio, and everything.
For me, the last 8 years have been a lot of school. I got through undergrad and grad school. This last year has been like the first year that I haven't had school in a long time. And similar to Panda, I think I've been just figuring myself out and trying to be more like intentional with figuring out what's going to make me happy and just going through life.
What would you say is like the driving force for you to continue kind of that same energy and pace moving forward?
I think what motivates me the most is just knowing that I have like a lot of nieces and nephews that kind of are behind me. So I think just trying to set a good example for them and kind of feeling a sense of responsibility that I have to set a good example for them and I have to show them that it can be done. Mm-hmm. And I think anything that you accomplish, it's for the generation behind you. You're paving the way for them constantly. And I think in that same sentiment, I think you also have to pay homage to the people that came before you and what they did so that you could have the opportunities that you currently have. Lori?
Very similar, I think, from what you have just said, because I work in education, and so the future is up to our next generation and the generations after. And so just setting an example, making sure that they are well educated and rounded to lead our future.
Nothing, I like it. I like to celebrate our success. You're welcome. No, I like to celebrate our successes because we don't get to come together often. So every milestones we hit, every just event successes we have in our life, I like to celebrate that. I just feel like we've gone through so much in our life already, and knowing that we've felt like the lowest of the lows, and then when we're feeling our highs of our highs, I want to be able to celebrate that for everyone. And that's just kind of how I'm moving forward and kind of continuing my life, just being able to kind of soak in and bask in all of the successes and all of the just the work you put in. I don't think people really give each other the credit of no, we've did a lot, and just celebrate it, be proud for somebody else for their successes, and just continue that. That's me, and that's where I'm at. That's why I like to kind of get together and just celebrate why did we come together today? It's life. Like,
Yeah,
I just want to celebrate just freaking life. Like, it's crazy.
I think sometimes you get caught up with just like the hustle and bustle and just like
8:17 p.m.
Really?
Dude, we need to know that.
It's the feds for me.
Are we taking too long?
I think sometimes you get really caught up with just the like having to get up and like do the same thing every day.
Same routine.
And I think like you're saying, you don't really celebrate when you do accomplish something because then you're just moving quickly to like what's next to be accomplished. So I think taking that time to just celebrate yourself and celebrate the people around you is really meaningful.
Speaking of life in our 30s, any of us in relationships?
Only you.
Can we jump into that?
Go ahead.
Where are we at?
Single life. Well, it's not even the single life.
We're in
Just
relationships
enjoying.
with ourselves.
Yeah, it's just enjoying.
That's
the life.
totally fine. I'm okay with that.
But I think since I was talking about family earlier, I think it's really interesting because I feel like things have really come full circle from like when we were doing this before. Because I think back then, I when I did like my video, I talked about how I don't think I could ever like introduce someone to them, and now it's like the complete opposite where they're like, so when are we gonna meet someone?
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting because now there's no one to meet.
No one to meet right now.
No one to meet right now.
Are you dating?
On and off.
Okay.
But I think it's hard. I think
What makes it hard?
I think I don't have an issue like meeting new people and like the whole like the beginning stages of things I think are always like interesting and fun, but then I think things just really die down or like I lose interest or I kind of look for like the red flags.
Oh.
It's a little bit of a toxic trait, but I think right now I'm just kind of in a place where I don't really want to waste any time. And again, like talking about like the hustle and just like being determined on like your goals and stuff, I think that's kind of taken like the back burner for now.
Well,
So you're not
speaking
dating
of
to date. You're dating to
find that one.
Probably.
But so, what if you eliminate the red flags and then you find someone that
I mean, eliminate.
like you
Like
just
take
find,
that away
like,
from the equation.
So even with the red flags that you see within that person, we'll push that to the side. They still have those red flags. Would you be willing to compromise and work with them with it and be accepting and give and take on certain occasions, and then kind of continue your hustle and bustle with that individual person?
I think so. I think part of the issue is I don't feel like I meet similar-minded people where like I feel like their priorities are elsewhere. Meaning like a lot of times like I feel like I meet people that are where I was like 5 years ago type of thing, or like I'll meet people that are like starting to come out and I feel like I don't really want to go through that with someone. Yeah. And I feel like if you're with someone, like you're there to be like a support system. So I feel like I just don't, because of like my own experiences, I feel like I don't have that to give right now. But I mean, I think relationships are compromised. I think that's part of being in a relationship. You're not going to love every single thing, but I think accepting the other person for their imperfections and them accepting you for your imperfections, I think that's what it really is about. Now you, Lori, what's going on?
So I am single. Just put it out there.
Single.
But
her Instagram DMs are always open and available.
no.
If I get to it, I get to it. So I apologize in advance.
How much else was that?
Sky, go ahead.
I'm just enjoying life, but I am open to just meeting people, but like not to like casually dating and stuff. I want to date to find someone who aligns with my life and who wants to actually commit and not just to be out there just to date. What else?
I think it's just hard because I think I think I don't want to speak for you, but I think you know, statistically speaking, like you're probably gonna meet someone at this point that like might have a kid or might be getting a divorce or you know, and those are things that you probably.
Just brought our age out.
Well, you started out with conversation. Wait, what was the conversation?
Topics of conversation.
Topic is life in our 30s. Right?
Well,
the topic.
Just saying that, okay, people in our age range is part. Some are like divorced,
Yeah, but
with kids.
Mhm.
yeah, but
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking that at all. I think like turning it the other way around, if you meet someone that doesn't have a kid at this point, you're kind of like,
what's wrong
yeah.
with you?
So
nothing wrong with me, y'all.
I think it goes both ways.
Directly to you. I'm just kidding.
I think it goes both ways, but I think it's just you know, it's difficult because like we'll go out and like meet people like when we're out, and then it's hard to kind of like take them seriously because like you met them when you were
And
like.
they do tend to get a bit younger.
Yes.
No, because
Yes.
I
Yes,
got
yes.
somebody thought I was in my early 20s,
Yeah.
which is a compliment. But I'm like, okay, so if people see me and think that I'm assuming that I'm in my 20s, like everyone else is, so everyone else who do basically come up to me are younger. I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Sugar mama.
they're just like, no, I'm not. It's not for me. That's not for me. I'm like somebody my age. But yeah, so I am open, just in general, to having someone come into my life. But I know, for me, I have to put myself out there a little bit because I haven't been. But so I'm gonna be a bit more intentional, and then also.
Would you want to build a friendship with the person first before jumping into a serious relationship, or are you open to having?
I think you have to be friends with them.
I would love a friendship first.
You have to get to know someone.
Yeah.
Because you can't just like jump into it.
I'm like, let's get married.
I mean, that's the first thing someone will say when they come up to you.
That's a red flag. That's a red flag right there.
I would love to be friends first.
Well, no, like you know how when like people come, you come across somebody and be like, oh hey, let me get to know you, something like right off the bat, you don't know that person, you're not friends with that person. So are you willing to kind of build a friendship with them before jumping into a relationship with them?
I would prefer that more, or first, rather than just dating. It works out, we're in a full-on committed relationship, because that's how I roll. Just kidding. But no, really. But I would love to create that friendship first, because I think
You have to build towards
that
it.
that strong foundation starts with a friendship for me.
Yeah, you have to start. You have to start someplace.
Would you want friendship first?
I think yes. I think I would, but I think the people that I meet, it's kind of complicated sometimes. Like, I don't want to like overgeneralize or anything like that, but I think definitely in the community, I think people just like the hookup culture is real. So I think that's, again, not knocking it or anything like that, but I think I'm just not in that place in my life anymore. So I think it's hard to take someone seriously if that's kind of what they want off the bat. You can't really work backwards. I always say it's good to like look forward to things. So I feel like if I meet someone and then we like hooked up like the first night that we met, then there's not really like a whole lot to look forward to in my eyes, I think. So I like to kind of like build towards things. So I think there's that. I think there's also a lot of, I don't know, like I feel like the thruples are in right now.
The what?
Like when you're in a relationship with like two other people.
Oh.
And like polyamorous relationships. Yeah, I feel like all of that stuff is, I mean, I don't want to say it's in, but I think
people are open.
There's more dialogue about it, yeah, and I think there's more visibility, and I think I've like been propositioned a few times for those types of scenarios, but I don't feel like I mean, I think one person's a lot, so I mean, taking on two.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know, but
that's so much commitment.
But I think sometimes I question myself too, because I'm just like, we're just so like socially conditioned to think like one way sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, am I like feeding into that? Like, should I be more open minded?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's interesting.
I mean, you could be open-minded, but you also gotta be comfortable. Like, if you're
Yeah.
not willing to do that, then don't do what you're not comfortable doing.
Mm.
I would not. That's not me. I think I'm just more of like a.
A thruple.
I am not a thruple. Can never be that.
You're like,
Shit. Are we allowed to curse in here because people hear a lot of that?
you cursed the most so far.
Yeah. Wait, has she?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
That's the only word I said.
Yeah. It's funny because like I didn't realize how much I swear until like I was at work.
Really?
Yeah, because I like most of the
Is
people.
it a comfortable environment for you? That's
Yes.
why. I feel like I'm
but
the
everybody
same.
swears, right? But then someone was like, Sammy and his potty mouth, and I was like, what?
Oh.
I was kind of taken back, but I feel like I think because of like the environments we work in,
Yeah.
I think you kind of like
Gotta let it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
We work with like kiddos, so I feel like that's kind of how you like
That's
connect.
so cute.
Yeah.
If you haven't already known, the three of us, we all work with, like the younger youth, like the next generation, which is crazy. Like from where we started to now, it's like we all ended up kind of not in the same field, but just
Similar population.
yeah, and just being an advocate for the younger generation. Crazy, but we love what we do, and that's why we do what we do. And I am engaged.
Oh, you want to throw that out there?
That means I'm not available.
Do not come to the
Sorry.
DMs. We're not doing that.
No, I'm like completely checked out of like that whole scene.
But you have to be.
Yeah, no, like, but you should not. Well,
There's
no,
no
no,
throuple
you
here.
can't say that because people that are in relationships are kind of open to the scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where
Yes.
I am at, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, I'm good. I'm living life. Like, I'm in a serious relationship. We're engaged. We're gonna be married. Like, everything else, like, it just literally moves past me. Like, I don't pay any attention to anything that, like, what's going on, like, outside of what I have going on inside. I don't know.
Like you're
I
not
know.
trying to do like open relationship or like entertain someone that's like.
No, none of that, and it's just where I'm at in life. I think for me,
You have
it's
a
like,
focus.
like I know what I want. I'm building what I want, and I'm just gonna continue to focus on what matters to me, kind of thing. So it's like I feel like if you give attention to you give attention to other things that don't benefit you in life, it's just like why?
Or like invest your energy.
Yeah, it doesn't take you anywhere. So I'm focusing all my energy on the things that matters to me right now.
So I know we've only been 30 for like a year or so.
Hey,
But what's
that's a lie. We've been 30
The
for
lie
2 years now. The lies continue.
the lie detector
Sorry.
determined that was a lie. What's something that you've learned in your 30s that maybe you'd had it?
Within my 30s?
Yeah.
In my 30s or something I learned in my 20s?
Or just overall has summed up to being here now?
Wherever you want to go with it. Whatever stands out to you the most.
It's not a lot, I think, but...
Lori!
Sorry,
I gotta
I'm
get
just
it
drink my
together.
entire drink at this point.
I can't keep drinking what I
What's
want
a life lesson that you feel like you've learned like within the last 2-3 years?
Lessons?
Or something that like you're really like holding space for like in your life where you're like, this is different. I'll go first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lead
because
the way, my
Your
love.
girl just don't have no issues in life right now.
Let me give you an example. So I feel like I've always been very strong with like my friendships.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's always been like a huge support system for me. It's kind of like these girls are like my sisters. I've known them for like almost like 20 years, I feel like at this point.
Yes.
That's not a good time for math right now. But I think the last couple years, I think life's just kind of taking me through some like turns where I feel like there were people that like I thought I was gonna be friends with like forever type of thing, and I think like I think life has a really interesting way of like reminding you like no, these are the people that need to like walk with you and you need to like elevate with, like not everyone's forever. So I think I've really like learned to just like solidify like the friendships that I do have and just try to continue to build with them and check in with them more often and just utilize them as like my support system. I think I've learned to just be really mindful of who
you let into your life,
who I let in, who I like invest energy towards. I feel like any friendship, any relationship, there's like a give and take, and I think a lot of times like I'll find myself, exactly. And I'm not the type of person that like I like to like keep tabs or anything like that. But I think
we do.
You keeping tabs on me?
No, I'm just saying it's like
it's not keeping. I don't think
when
it's
you
so much
constantly
keeping
give
tabs,
in a
it's
relationship, like any relationship, whether it's romantic, friendship, family, like when you give so much, it's like why am I the only one giving? Like I should feel a return sometimes, at least once in a while, but it's like that's when you stop to reevaluate like the people in your life and like, okay, is this worth investing in? It's like is this relationship, do I see this in the next year? Like that's just how it is. And I feel like
and giving is not just I think giving's like really broad, right? Because a lot of times I think we like emotionally like invest in people where you're like that their go-to like when they're going through a hard time and you're like that takes up a lot of space sometimes because you're just like trying to be there for them, trying to be a good friend because she is thirsty, honey. And I think flipping the table and you're like, okay, now I'm going through something.
What you say? Right here.
Oh my god, that's gonna be cut. I think flipping the tables, I think then when you're going through something and like you need like your friend there for you and then they're just like emotionally checked out, you're like,
do I do that sometimes? I feel like I do that sometimes.
Do what?
Like I just go MIA.
I do
that's
that.
different though. Like going MIA is different than like if I'm like, hey Panda, like can I talk to you about something? And then like you're just like nowhere to be found, leaving me on red, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
That's a little hard for me though because I don't ask for help.
And I think that's something we need to work on.
Asking for help.
Everything myself.
But it's a culture. I think it's a culture thing. Like I really think it's a cultural thing. I think like our cultures really just like teach us a lot about independence and like being a strong person and doing things on your own and never asking for help, never showing emotion. Like I think those things are so like ingrained in us, and I feel like I constantly question those things because I'm like being strong is also like being overwhelmed.
To ask for help.
Being able to ask for help, being able to cry and be like, I'm going through a hard time. Like this is how I feel. I'm a human being. Like I think those are all
qualities and traits of a strong person. It's not just about the physical strength. It's about the ability, the mental ability to
know when you need the support. That's a lesson.
Oh yeah.
I've gone through that lesson.
We didn't talk about your lessons.
That is. That's one of my lessons in life. I had a lot of lessons. I think that's really important to me, kind of like the friendships and the relationships I have in my life. But I'm so open to like I don't hold grudges. I don't have the energy for that. I think for me it's like if it doesn't serve any purpose in my life, I can't let it affect me, and I just can't hold on to like the things that just doesn't matter. I don't know. I think I'm just more of like moving in a space where it's like present moment. I can't dwell and soak in what happened in the past, and I'm not so much looking forward to the future. I'm just kind of constantly building what's happening right now in my life and just continue that growth because I don't know, I feel like we plan in our life so much that we're not focused on what's going on now, and for me I'm just focused on kind of living life, not rushing the process and not looking forward towards the future. That's like my lesson, like kind of just living
being present.
Living
in the present.
Here and now.
That's me.
Lori, what you got for us, love?
Drink up. Drink
Yeah,
up.
I already did. I just drank so much.
You don't have the giggles no more?
I have no. It's all out of me already.
She's comfortable.
She's
No,
overcoming.
Because when I have conversations, I be just going. When I have conversations, it's more one-on-one.
Yeah.
Because then like.
Well, I mean, there's only
If
two
I
of
have-
us here. That's like one-on-one right there.
No, but like for me, like one-on-one, because I can have a direct conversation,
It's like
and
personal.
it's like it's more personal.
You
Like,
can look into my eyes.
but then I'm gone. There's two ways. I gotta go between you.
Yeah, she had to divide her
So
energy.
yeah, so I'm like, okay, what are we
Pay
gonna talk
attention.
about? What makes more sense with our conversation and your conversation? But I have to rethink as a whole our conversation, not just with me and you or with you, because it's different conversations for different persons and stuff. But then I try to find something that can relate to the three of us and everything.
You're thinking too hard. Just speak your mind, girl. Speak your mind.
I know. Okay.
I'm gonna put
so
this
my
aside.
lesson, I think a little too deep sometimes.
I really like it though.
I gotta scale back a bit because I have to know when it's the time and place to even go beyond and read too deep into things.
I think that's something I've actually really enjoyed, like in our friendship though, because I feel like you sometimes
She puts
I
us
might
in our
think-
place, which is crazy.
What?
It's
I
like we go through, Lloyd be like, the f you doing? Get it together. This is what's going on. Can you see it? Like, that's her. Like,
I'll be
She
like
reads
surface
into it.
level, and she'll be like, you need to like. I feel like then I'll talk to Lori, and I'm like, wait, I wasn't like I didn't even think of that. Like,
Yeah, so I like those type of conversations and what was it?
life
See,
lessons.
I think that's for me. That's where I get lost. I get lost in my thoughts.
all the time.
Because then I have to, it's my internal dialogue where when I get lost, it's okay, they're asking one question, but I like to go deep into the conversation where I was like, wait, I don't think they want to. Let me just try to bring it back to reality, and then I just lose my train of thought.
She
That's
lost her
without
train of thought
alcohol,
right
y'all.
now.
That's without alcohol, which is crazy.
You know what the topic is right now?
Life
My lesson.
Okay.
I think my lesson personally is just life in general. And that's so, it's so broad, but it's just, life is just full of everything. Like, it's the whole creation. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, she's doing it right now.
I know, I caught myself. Sorry, I caught myself. Let me choose one. Let me just choose
Life
one.
be life, man.
Yeah, but so currently I think it's not even current, it's throughout my life. It's being more open and like free. I think okay, maybe that's the term I'm going for, just to be free.
Lloyd's really like
Analytical, precise, like
Closed.
detailed
Yes.
and private.
Yes.
I
private.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
private.
the term.
Yeah.
I said closed.
She's a little bit of a perfectionist.
She's
too.
not open to the public.
Yeah, because if I'm not at my best, I'm not gonna go out there
Share.
and yeah. And I think you guys know, like my closest friends and family knows me to the T, I think. And so they accept me for my
Don't break your neck, girl.
I'm just saying. We know her. We accept her. They don't know her.
They're gonna get to know her.
That's why I'm single.
Stop.
All you need is one man.
I know. Just one
She wanna be in the
man.
purple.
No for me.
If
I'm
you
a
find her,
one-man
just,
type of
just go ahead and
woman.
propose to her at that point.
Okay. I'm just kidding. Friends first, friendship. But yeah, I think it's just being more free and open to
New experiences?
No, I think because I'm already open in
She just
general.
has to be open to like
I'm already
everything
open
that
in general
comes her
just to be more
direction.
free. I think it's what can describe it. What can describe it the best?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know how to say it.
Can't like think too deep in like to
A
every
lesson,
single thing
yeah.
that goes on in your life.
Yeah, because that can also.
That can,
That's too much.
yeah.
If you're overthinking everything.
Overthinking,
Because
yeah.
it's like, oh, this
exhausting.
person walked this direction instead of this direction. Why did they want to pass me up? We ain't thinking about that. You need to stop.
About everything, y'all.
You
yeah,
need to
yeah.
stop. Because then she was like, oh, did you see that? No, I didn't because I ain't closed off.
Yeah.
I ain't focused on one thing and one thing only. That's where I'm
You
at
have
in
your
life.
main focus. I have focus on everything.
Yeah,
To where I
which
gotta scale it back
I
a
feel
bit
like-
and just.
I don't think you need that right now. Like, I don't know. Well, I wouldn't say that you would need that. It's just where I am at. It's like I don't see things that you see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see
It's
the
very
things that
different.
everybody else is seeing
Yeah.
because it's just not
You're
a care for me.
you're
Like
like
I'm
tunnel vision.
laser focus on what I'm doing and
Mm-hmm.
what's going on presently. Like I don't have the like capacity to take on what the rest of the world is
I
going.
think I'm
And I feel like
too-
that's rude of
Emotionally
me.
draining sometimes.
It is. Yeah.
But I see that as me being rude. But then again, it's like I can't. It's like what I've gone through. I just can't continue doing what I've been doing.
And like take on
Yeah.
everything else.
Because then if I focus on everybody else, then it's like I'm worried about everybody else, and I'm not worried about myself.
But I think what's important is to have awareness, right? So like
awareness.
at least
My awareness is too safety concerned. I think.
I checked out of
For
that.
being working
but
with
at least
kids.
you're aware and you're able to like articulate like I'm just really like focused on like what I'm focused on right now.
Yeah.
Which is a good
And there's
thing.
other things going on, but I
You
just
can't let that affect you.
I'm just
Yeah.
not gonna invest in what's going on over here
Yeah.
right now. You're aware of that.
Yeah.
A lot of
I
people,
totally
like,
am aware.
They're
I
not
know that.
aware of things like that. Like they've just always done things a certain way, and they're like, "This is how I do things," and like they're just not.
No, I'm aware.
They're
And
like,
I
I'm
feel
not like
guilty.
that. They're like the.
I be
negative
feeling
people.
guilty too. It's just the way I move. Like I know how I move. Like I know what I do, the things I do, and what's going on in my life. But I sometimes feel guilty, like, cause I just feel guilty, cause then it's like, oh, am I neglecting other people's feelings? Am I not like being more compassionate and having more empathy? But I feel like I do it in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like because I don't see what's going on. It's not that I don't see it. It's just like I can't. Like I see it, but I just kind of like block it off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I totally know what that would be doing.
Yeah, I think for me, I just care. Not that people don't care. It's just I care too much
Mm-hmm.
about like just my environment in general, and then how we grew up, where we're at now, the things we had to go through. So I'm just more consciously aware of everything that goes on, and then I think because I'm so open to where all that can affect me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I take it all in. But then for me as a person, I like to work through what I'm going through on my own. And so for me, that's how I personally grow.
That's how you
And
process.
how I process and how I personally just understand myself better. That's for me. That's what makes sense best for me, and that's how I work through things. But I don't think that you're closed off. I just think that I'm too open. So it's just me that have
It's just
trying
where
to
we're at
scale
in our
back a
life,
bit. Yeah.
yeah. But I feel like we're so similar though. Like the three of us, we're similar.
In what way?
Just in like the. I know we go through like a lot of the BS in
That's
life,
the
but
mentality.
yeah, like
Yeah.
our hustle and grind doesn't stop. Like we're just gonna continue, and then we stop to, like we know when to like kind of. For like I want to say we're told, like we're not told by like specific people, but it's like, oh, do you know that you do this? Like Lori can point out Mike, like, oh Laura, you doing this? I'm pretty sure you all go through that same thing.
Yeah, I think what you're trying to say.
Because your girl's farting on the second glass.
That's your second glass? Oh, well,
I'm gonna need you to keep up.
She was
Cocktails and
thirsty on that.
conversations.
Well, I didn't count. I counted
You're
the wine,
counting.
which is your wine. No,
counting.
one wine glass is not a lot.
Honey.
That's just one wine.
Honey and wine.
I think what you're trying to say is we kind of like balance each other out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes in situations that we've gone through.
We've gone through similar situations in life.
In different
Situations
times.
that we've gone
In
through.
different times,
Yeah.
of course, in different times.
Situations that we've gone through together, like in our friendship, where like
Together.
yeah,
We've
like
gone through a
like
lot
if
together.
we're like disagreeing with something that someone's doing, I think everyone has like a different perspective, and then like we'll like communicate with each other, and then like
Okay.
we deal with it like in like the best, most delicate way possible. I think, or like.
Yeah.
We'll also like validate each other, like where like I'll be like, am I tripping? Am I being like very like reactive about something? And then like you'll be like, no, like I see it the
I
same
feel
way.
the same way.
Yeah.
That's all, yeah. Similar
Mhm.
in that sense where
Or I'll be like, Lori, do you think I should say this? And then Lori's like, let me fine tune like what you're trying to say. so it doesn't come off like too problematic.
We're problematic. I'm just kidding.
I think.
Do what you do.
We're gonna continue to do what we do.
Mm.
Did you hear that?
So why did you think it would be important to bring in alcohol in the conversation?
Well, I think it loosens us all up. I think it loosens us up.
Oh.
Yeah. Only because it's like
The conversations to be had are different.
yeah. I mean, when we're not drinking, we're nervous. Look at the start of this whole segment.
Lori was like giggling.
Giggling the entire time.
I don't think she's ever been giggly. Like when I go back in time, like I don't think of you as being. I think you were
She's
just
not
like.
giggly. She's not giggly. Yeah.
But that's with the alcohol, though. Like
I feel like we like where I am at in my 30s. I enjoy a good drink.
I don't really drink anymore.
Yeah, and I realize
drink
like
on occasion.
it's crazy how. Oh, girl, the mic is tipping.
No, you wanted that song.
Let me tell you a little something about what's going on.
Oh my
I'm just kidding. No.
You do that.
Sorry. Can I hold my mic?
We support you. We support the queen.
She got her own mic and
We have to share.
she want to speak on it.
We have to share.
Because I feel like I'm at a different place in my life. No, like
Not
it's
how
crazy.
we all are on our own path, but where our path is still aligned.
We're still together.
Yeah.
But it's like we're on like a different.
We're on our own.
Yeah, we're like on our own topic in our lives.
We're going through it together.
Yeah. So like I was saying, how y'all started off drinking. Not that this
Where?
you're drinking at
I
first.
thought we drank together.
No, not now.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
She's
you started
looking bad.
Yeah, like 20s. Like I wasn't out there drinking.
Right.
I was being DD every single time.
But you loved being DD.
I loved being DD because I did like alcohol drinks. It didn't like it wasn't my thing back in the day.
Mhm.
So it's like I'm gonna drive us. We gonna go out. We gonna have fun. I don't need like drinks or anything.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like
You're enjoying it.
I'm at home. Like I'm like enjoying like a nice drink when I get home. Like that's me. Like that's why I wanted to have cocktails and drinks and because it's like I don't know.
You bring the cocktails, I bring the conversation, but not this
Not
one.
today.
Not today. I didn't bring
She's
it.
bringing
I
it, she's bringing
apologize.
Slowly bringing it. But yeah,
That's
no.
my base. We
If
balance
you
each
need me,
other.
I would always have a glass available for you.
Mhm.
But you don't get invited. No one gets invited. I'm just
You
kidding.
can't say that.
Now she's leaving them out already.
I'm just kidding.
I think going back on just like the topic of just kind of like being on like similar paths and like
I think we've all are going through what the other person's gone through.
yeah, but I think I have a lot of just appreciation for like the both of you, because like I was saying earlier, like you guys are like my sisters, and I feel like we've gone through so many like projects together,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like it's not a coincidence. Like I feel like it's always like the three of us.
Like everything we've done, it brings us back to the three of us, kind of, with just this segment in itself. It's like this is what the three of us have been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why not? Like it's just something in this world keeps us connected, and it's just gonna keep us connected. That's why we were together. We're never gonna separate.
Why do you feel like we've been friends for so long, Lori?
Oh, okay. I will.
Do you want to bring it, honey?
That's a good one.
I think okay, I don't know what brings us together personally. I think it's just the universe working its magic. But I think what holds us together.
I like that. Okay.
Thank you.
This is what I'm talking about.
Okay, so what holds
Podcast.
us together?
I'm gonna just hold my drink and my mic. Go ahead. Go ahead.
God. The mic queen over here.
That's me though. Because I'm not. I know I'm not. So,
But just take it. I'm just take it.
so what holds us together is us supporting one another and not being afraid to let the other person shine.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
We
Yeah,
celebrate
like
each
I
other.
said, we celebrate our
we
Yeah.
successes.
celebrate ourselves and each other,
Mhm.
and then you don't see that often, which is like really sad. Yeah,
I love doing that. Which is,
I love celebrating others.
It should be normal. Like you will want to see someone succeed.
You
will
want to see your friend win.
Yeah.
Because when like they
that's
win,
what
you
it
win type of
is.
thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes I've been in friendships with people that are like competitive. And they like want to one up you, like everything that you do, like
I don't give up, but you take the win.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take the loss.
But they're like super competitive.
I don't competing.
You don't lose, though.
I know.
We
That's
don't
I don't
lose at
even
all.
compete to even lose.
It's not a competition.
It's not.
But if it were, no, I'm just kidding.
I'm very competitive.
No, I feel like a lot of like people in friendships are sometimes like that.
Competitive.
Yeah, and I'm just like, that's weird.
That's
to
not
me.
a friendship. No. But I think then again we're beyond that friendship level. Like we're family, so it's like if my family is winning, like we're all celebrating that win. Like why not? Like that's something that someone worked very hard for. Like why are you not celebrating that? Like you don't know the struggle and the behind the scenes that they had to put in, all the day to day. Like I don't get it. That upsets me. But then again, I'm gonna go ahead and celebrate everybody's successes.
But I feel like for the three of us, we've stuck together for so long because I gotta stop drinking.
You haven't even finished your first glass. Like, girl, I'm about to be done with mine.
I was drinking all day, remember?
That part's coming out.
We started at 11 a.m.
We did not start.
Siri, what time is it? Siri, what time is it?
I
Almost
started early, but I don't drink like that. But when I drink, we celebrate, and so we had a lot to celebrate today.
We were celebrating
day.
a lot today.
Yeah, and so, but so I feel like we've what was the question?
I think you were talking about
what was it?
our
I'm
friendships
serious,
again,
'cause I
and
really
like what
wanted to
holds us
answer this.
together, and like.
Oh, for me, the three of us, I don't think we've ever. There was something about us that never
Completely connected.
Yeah, there was something
Keeps us
deep
honest.
down within all three of us. I think that was so similar that we just bonded from the start. There was.
Sorry, I just remember the first day we freaking met, which is
I do
insane
remember
to me.
that.
It's like high
I
school,
do remember that. It was high school. It's not
junior
like-
year.
No,
Sophomore.
sophomore year.
Wow. And now I feel attacked. That's why I'm at this side of the couch. No, sophomore year.
It was
And
sophomore
it's
year.
crazy. Like,
Don't say names.
no,
But it
days,
was the
but it's
best
like
thing that's
we
ever happened.
were introduced by, like,
a mutual.
yeah, a mutual friend. And it's like we've continued that relationship and that bond. It's like no, but it's like I thank that person for introducing us, which is crazy.
And that's what I was saying earlier. Like I think not everyone's meant to be in your life forever, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good example of like how you look at things differently, right? Because I'm over here trying to be shady or whatever, but you're saying like this person like brought us together, and I'm thankful for that. And like even though I'm being petty, like I completely agree. Like I think. Had it not been for that person, like we wouldn't be sitting here. So absolutely.
So it's just crazy how life is and how it works. It's like you get like people bring other people into your life, and like you're not even aware of it until like you kind of step back and sit down and think about like, okay, like dang, like we didn't even meet each other one-on-one, like someone
like in the
brought us
street
together.
or like in a
Yeah,
class.
like
we
someone
never had
brought
class.
us
We were
together.
in high school for 4 years together, even though I left like 3 times. But that's besides the point. We never had a class together.
No, like because I don't even think
I've
I
never had a
class
class
together,
with you.
which is crazy. Yeah, and it's like, what are the odds of us coming together? It's by like someone else bringing us together.
There was like 3,000 other kids at that school
But
at the
I
same
felt
time.
for me, I felt like there was gonna be a way for us to find each other.
You're like, it's destiny. Speaking of like high school, I was going through. I don't know if you guys saw like on Instagram, but like I was going through. Like when my dad came back from New York, he had like all these pictures of like when I was little, and I was going through them, and then I posted one of them, and I was just like in my feels about it, cause like I was like, I hope I'm making like younger me proud or whatever.
Cute.
Did I see that? No, I don't.
Don't.
And I got like a lot of people were very like responsive and just like,
What
yeah,
image
you
was
are.
it?
It's like it was like at the aquarium or something,
I don't
and I'm just like by myself. But
yeah, I'm not on social media often, but
the reason that you're good.
That's kind of one of my answers for our previous question.
But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I feel like what's something that you would tell like your younger self.
That
was your question?
No, but it was an answer to one of the questions we've had in the video.
What's your answer?
Which is just I don't maybe it was an answer to a question, but
She made up her own question.
And you wonder why I keep drinking. You wonder why I keep drinking.
Lori, I need you to be with us,
It's
baby
what
girl.
I know. I think it's because we work with kids,
Mhm.
and then our lessons and just life in general. I think how I move now is moving in a way where my younger self needed, who
Yes.
I needed.
I think
And
we
so
all
when
operate that
you
way.
said that, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay,
Operate that way.
that's what
Yeah.
I was trying to say. At the end, it's very similar because we work with kids and stuff, and then we care so deeply.
Mhm.
You want to be that
To
role
where-
model for them.
But
Yeah.
you probably
But you're the
didn't
role
have.
model for yourself for the child you were back in the days.
Yeah. And I think I also come from a place where I'm just like, I mean, I work with kids that are like incarcerated, but I think, and obviously like I've never been incarcerated, but I think I come from the place where I'm like, I've seen a lot of other people that were incarcerated, and they've been able to come out of that and like make a life for themselves and like not let like one thing like define them. So I think I come from that place where I'm like, maybe like I don't like very different circumstances, but maybe like what that like maybe what the person that hold on, I'm not vocalizing this very well. Like I'm trying to be like a support system for
An
like
advocate for the youth.
yeah, like not like an advocate, because a lot of people don't have that, you know. And I have this argument like at work all the time where, because I'll meet the kids like when they're first like arrested. If you've been like arrested for the first time, like I'm meeting them, and a lot of times like I'll be like, I really like this kid or whatever, like I want to work with them, and then like they'll be like, you can't work with all the kids, like you can't work with all the youth that get like arrested, like they don't all need a social worker. And I'm like, every kid behind bars like needs a social worker.
Someone to stand
Yeah,
by
because you
them.
need like you need
Yeah.
a support system.
Yeah.
You need someone that's like telling you like you're gonna get out of this, like there's a different life for you, or what are the things that are like in what are the barriers in your life that are like that have you here that maybe we can address and you can like be in a different place, you know? I don't know, but it's hard because I think like I think you guys probably like feel similar way where like you can't save all the kids, you know. So it's hard because it's a double. I feel like it's like a double-edged sword sometimes, because you're just like you want to be that person for them.
But you can't do it all.
Yeah.
I think for us, we
Accept
just
what you can
continue
do.
to try to do as much as we can. Just being able to take on the capacity that we can. We know we can, and just like, we know we can't save everyone, but we're just gonna do
But you can.
as much as we can.
Yeah.
That's why we're so similar. Aww.
What?
Just like trying to make your younger you proud.
Yeah.
So
Where you
give
at?
us a piece of advice you
For
give
my
your
younger
younger self.
My younger self.
Back to our original thought.
Okay.
But you were good.
Advice for my younger self? Is that what you're asking?
What would you tell?
Oh, what would you tell your younger
What would you
self?
tell Laura that met us in sophomore year?
That is so cute.
Since you remember that moment so well.
Oh, we're sisters.
That was so
Why would
random.
they not know that?
They know because you were speaking as if we met in high school.
What?
Three of us. We
Sammy.
met Sammy in high
Well,
school.
then again, we did not have classes together. We were barely
No, but we're
together.
sisters. Just so they know.
For our new audience,
We are twins.
we are
Oh,
we
yeah.
are sisters, as James Charles would say.
Oh! Mama!
You were in the mic.
This is not working. No, my younger self is so cute.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, my younger self was cute. Like, I would like, I'm so adorable. Back when I was like a sophomore in high school.
Is this real life right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
like, I
Yeah,
feel like I was so adorable. Like, I love myself.
I see it. I
Self-love.
really adore
Like,
you
I'm
too.
proud of
You're
myself.
cute.
Like, I adore myself. And I feel like for me, like, I did not change a lot, but then again, it's
You
like
have.
I changed
You've definitely changed.
in like different
Oh, well,
aspects of my life.
You've changed in certain areas, but you're still same
I'm
level.
still like same little like
Little
giggly Laura,
It's
which is
creepy.
crazy.
But yeah.
No.
I don't want to go too deep into it.
No, like I'm still like that fun-loving, bubbly little kid I was back then.
Yeah.
I still am now.
Yeah.
But there was
Which
like,
is-
I evolved so
Mhm.
much, and I've grown up. I've matured. If that's the correct term, like I've matured from what I was like 20 years ago to now. Damn, I was like, how old was I? 10, 12, 13? How old
So what would you didn't answer the question. What would you tell her?
14, I think.
Because this version of you has gone through so
What would
much,
you say to
right?
yourself? Yeah.
You've gone through like
A
so much in
lot.
your life, like
I think I've gone through so much in 30 years that a lot of people have not gone through in 50, 60 years of their life. So for me, I think what I would tell my younger self is like to like continue to do you and not focus on what's going on around you so much that it consumes you and brings you into like that kind of corner self, like closed off type person. Because I've gone to a point where I was like, nah, like leave out the profanity, like get like I don't give a about everything going on in life, but it's like no, don't allow like everything else to kind of get you to that point. Like continue that positive and happy go lucky, like bubbly little Laura you are.
I'm not trying to therapize you, but I feel like I feel like it just came like
Social
full.
worker coming out.
It came like full circle because like you were saying how like you're very mindful that like sometimes you operate from a place where you don't want like everything over here to like interfere with like your focus, your drive.
But I know it has.
But maybe like back then it did.
It
so
did.
then that's why you are the way that you are in present time.
Cause when you
and everything comes from some place, right? Like
yeah.
everything stems from somewhere, from like an experience or trauma or like whatever.
Yeah, because I feel like the noise is what keeps you from succeeding and where I want to be is like I want to be able to celebrate everything positive that's going on in your life, and if you have everything else that kind of sucks up your energy and like keeps you confined into one like mood and space, it's like you can't grow from that. And it's like it's so hard to get out of it, and when you do get out of it, you like, why did I allow myself to kind of be in that space? Because it's not a good space to be in. So
but it's all you knew at the time.
Yeah, so it's like
so you have to be kind with yourself too.
Yeah, I'm hard on myself.
You are.
I know that.
You are.
Like I'm tough, like so it's like like no, like I got my weaknesses and downfalls, and like no, like just be happy, just continue to be happy and like go with the flow. I'm going with the flow of life right now, and it's a good feeling too.
It is.
Yeah, so younger Laura,
keep it going. You got it. Like you a boss ass.
Lori.
My younger self. Just because you guys know me from way back, so I think you guys can speak on how much of a difference I am now. But my advice for myself is just to continue to live your authentic self. I don't know. For me personally, I don't know if I've ever strayed away from being who I am. I just like life happened, more experiences and all that, and so. But I feel like I'm still who I am to the core, and I think my advice would be just to continue to stick with yourself, and I think yourself will be your greatest success.
You'd motivate yourself.
Okay, never mind.
I think you've been doing that.
But back then, like you need that person to like motivate you and tell you to like
know that you are
like you got it, like keep going, be you.
No matter how much you are in your head, be like, okay, is this enough? Or am I enough? Am I doing like enough?
But it's so crazy how we're talking about that. But it's like, can we think back and see like who was that person in our lives?
That's why I asked you guys. You guys can see the difference.
No, but it's crazy to think that.
Sometimes it's hard. It's hard to remember the people that. I mean, it's not hard, but sometimes you just have a lot of people that are against you, like that are in positions of power, that are supposed to be there to like motivate you. Like I'll give you an example. Like when we were in high school, my academic counselor, I went to talk to him about college because I was super, super lost. I was the first kid in my family to go to college, to go to grad school, to do the whole.
With our school? Okay.
Yeah, I was the first thing to do it all. The first kid to go through all that, right? So like you have so many questions about like the most basic things. So I remember I went to go talk to like my academic counselor at San Leandro High School, and she was just kind of like, "Oh, it's okay, we can bleep that out." But anyways, I went to go talk to my counselor in high school.
Are we not sharing certain parts of?
No, because then people can Google us and figure out everything.
Surprisingly, like that's the world we live in. Like,
Google me.
it's very easy to like do that.
What I got? Huh?
But anyways,
Nothing.
I mean, they can say
she's so scared.
Like, who's gonna hunt you down?
It's crazy. The world is crazy. The world we live in is crazy.
If you're
Anyway.
if you're hunting her down to come and put a ring on it, then yes, do
Yes.
that.
Yes.
If you're not, do not do that because it's a waste of your time.
Anyways, I cannot.
That was so cute, but that's crazy.
I went to go talk to this academic counselor at school.
Totally against you.
And ask her about college, like where should I apply, if I had like the GPA for it. I even had questions about taking like the SATs and all that. And she was this white.
Enough for me.
No, you have a glass still.
And this this older white lady tells me, she's like, "Honey, like don't worry about that. You need to focus on hopefully graduating high school."
Stop.
And that like marked me, right? And I thought about that for like I held that in, right? For like a long time. And like, yes. And I saw all of you guys like go on and like get into 4 years and all that. And it really like, it like bummed me out, right? Because I was just like, I'm over here like so lost. And I think it took someone to like reframe it for me to finally like look at it differently. And like really come to terms with it, right? And obviously like I don't hold that now. And it doesn't like, it's not impacting me in any particular type of way. And obviously like I superseded that, right? I pursued education. I pursued my education and everything. But I think it's really important to be mindful, right? Of like the things that we say to like, going back to like what we were talking about, the generations, you know, behind us. It's really important, like the language that you use, like the connotation, and to not come from like a condescending place, you know, like maybe she meant it in a different way, but that's the way like I really received it.
Yeah, it's the way you received it. You gotta be mindful of the way people will receive the things you are saying.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's like the same on text. It's like you say things one way and someone perceives it a different way. And it's like you would never know. So
That's why I don't even text.
you just gotta think about the other person. And how many people realize they don't really think about the other person. They always think about themselves, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's like there's a whole world out there. And it's like, dang, I just went back to me like kind of blocking off everything that's going on. But I'm telling you to think about what's going on. My life is a jumbo.
No, it's fine. At least you know.
At least I'm aware. No, but totally like it would suck to hear that right now. Like as an adult, it sucks to hear that too. It's like you don't want to hear like, no, don't do that. Like what? Like don't.
But I think
to do something.
I use that experience as my way to like, whenever I talk to a high school kid, I'm like,
you take it as strength.
yes, I'm like, are you gonna go to college? What's your plan after high school? Like, let's talk about like what you're thinking.
Just you give them scenarios of having a future
Yeah.
where they're just done.
Yeah, they think this is like the be all end all. Like they're, you know, a lot of times like, you know, you think that your present circumstances are gonna define the rest of your life, where absolutely not. I think we're all proof of that. But I think it's important to breathe life into these young people because the world's telling them otherwise, you know, and I think it's important that they see someone that like looks like them, talks like them sometimes, come from very similar experiences as them, to like tell them otherwise, like yes you can, and like support like whatever like dream that they have or ambition or whatever it is. Hello our podcasters and YouTube viewers. We had some technical difficulties and we rambled for like an extra 20 minutes on some deep conversation. We're just gonna rewind a little bit. Lori had a really good question that got a lot of conversation going. So please re-ask your question.
Will this also be the last question of the night?
Absolutely.
Yes.
They're gonna get tired of us.
So
I know.
to end our beautiful night, my first, last, and only question
Dang.
You got some other questions, stop.
would be, do you love where you're at right now in this present moment and from where you were to where you're at now?
Yes, okay, yes. The reason why I say yes is because I've been through so much in my life, and everything that I have now is what I've worked hard for, and I just feel like I need to appreciate where I'm at, because no one's put in the work other than myself to get to where I'm at, to get to have things that I have in my life right now. And it's like, yes, I love my life because I'm the one who didn't put in the work. Yeah. Alright, I said so much before.
Yes,
I know.
You said a lot.
I said a lot. What
But
you
it was very similar
But yeah.
similar thoughts.
More
You know,
detailed.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I put it-
I think your original thought was more about how, we didn't come from like a whole lot. We're not trust
Yeah.
fund babies. Like we didn't have things handed to us. We didn't come from like a silver spoon or anything like that.
Yeah.
But now we're in a position where things are very different,
Mhm.
right? And you've worked very hard to get to there. And
Yeah.
even if you didn't have everything that you have now, you still put in the
Put
work
in the work.
to
Yeah.
have like a successful life.
Yeah. And I think for me, I'm gonna continue to build. This is just kind of like the beginning. Like, I can see myself just continue to grow and get everything I want in life, and just building like a freaking empire. So yeah, like I put in the work, and I'm continue to put in the work, and I love what I do, and I'm continue to love every part of my life, because I'm the one that's putting in the work. I'm the one that's controlling every part of my life. And yeah, like it's okay. Like, it's okay to kind of enjoy and bask and freaking share and celebrate everything that I have going on in my life. Yeah, that's me and my favorite food.
Lori?
I do. For me, it's I love my life. I love where I came from, what I've been through, and where I'm headed. But for me, this moment, I appreciate my life more than love it. Which I love my life in general, the life I have, but I appreciate it. It's in a different. I think it's because
It comes from a different place.
it comes from a different place.
Different
That's what I'm trying
undertone.
to say. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what I had said. What was it?
Why you love your life?
Yeah.
No, I appreciate. Oh no. Okay, I remember now. So I love my life, but these are my best friends. They know me and appreciate it.
Yes, girl, we love you.
But so I appreciate my life because I appreciate you guys being there for me. I appreciate those around me. And so I do love where I'm at now and where I'm headed, if that sums up everything. Hopefully it sums up what I'm trying to say.
Wrote for you.
Yeah, because I'm accepting of my journey, and then I know that I
We'll be all right.
have more to who I am. And so where I'm at now, I do love where I'm at, and I'm happy. And I think that's one of the most important things is being happy and enjoying yourself, because people can be where they're at and there's like
Not happy.
there's
And have everything.
and have
and
everything
be
and miss that very like pivotal feeling, which is like happiness within yourself. And I think I have that.
It's so good.
I know you're
I'm like munching over
yeah.
here.
But it's just from speaking to friends and family and like hearing them, because like within conversation, just sitting there and listening, I just am like, not to say that I'm doing good, but I have a lot to appreciate. And so having conversations with like people puts that into perspective, because you lose sight of that. You lose like you lose that sense of like knowing who you are. And so when I have those conversations, I'm like, wait, like I'm
You're good.
yeah, and I have to realize that when I have it, I have to know that I have it. Because sometimes you forget that.
Yeah.
And then
You lose
because
sight of
you're so full. What?
We don't speak mouthful language.
Oh, you want me to keep going? What? But yeah, so yeah, for answering my own question, yes, I do. I appreciate more than I love it, and I just love life in general. But for where I'm at now, I'm very appreciative because I know that me, you, the both of all three of us. my ass is all over.
Here.
My ass is all over the place.
Okay,
But
I mean, skipped now.
me, you, her, all three of us.
I'm so lost.
I lost myself. But I will find myself. Like I'm just kidding. But
You will.
Quickly.
But yeah.
This conversation reminds me of like this meme that like I see repeatedly like online.
Am I a meme?
No, not meme, but like it is kind of like a meme, but I think it's just like no, it's just like a quote where it's just like
You get lost in your freaking world.
where no,
Is that what it is?
it's not that. It's it says something about like 5 years ago, like you only dreamt of like everything that like you currently are. So like
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like 5 years ago you would have only dreamt of like being where you're currently at. So
Yeah.
like
To be
appreciate
here now.
Yeah.
appreciate what you
Appreciate it.
have. And like I see it
You can
repeatedly.
see it.
I see it repeated all the time. Like I'll see it like on Twitter or whatever's called X, whatever threads. I see it all the time. And like it still hits me like if it was like the first time I was reading it, because I think sometimes we lose sight of that. You know, like you start building towards like the next thing, and you just
Appreciate what you got going on.
you forget that like you worked really hard to get where you're at.
Yeah. So I love.
Yeah.
love it.
No, I freaking.
Like, yeah.
It's crazy because I kind of sit back and think about it, and then I kind of ask my fiance, it's like, you know, like no, it's not even asking. It's like I be reminding him. It's like we did a lot in our life. Like we're good at where we're at. Like, and we're gonna continue to build. But it's like we appreciate where we're at because we put in all the work and
Yeah.
sweat and tears and hard work, and it's like it feels good. Like no, like we can be happy. We can bask and soak in the successes we have right now because it's like, why not? Like we gotta appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it's because I appreciate where I'm at now because I know that I'm not afraid to some degree. Because like you know how when you're or back then you're so nervous and worried about the future.
Or like doing something wrong.
Yeah.
But you made so many connections. You built so many positive things in your life. For me, I know that where I'm at now, I'm not afraid to. Okay. I shouldn't have drank that last glass.
I'm gonna keep
But
letting
like,
you talk.
okay,
Go
so
ahead.
I think because where I'm at now, like in how, okay, if I was where I was back then, I was a bit more nervous, more afraid of the future and the outcome. But where I'm at now, like the future is like mine's, yours and hers to have, you know.
Because you're confident.
'Cause
you
you're-
walk with
yeah.
confidence in this.
You don't operate from a place of fear.
Yeah.
We walk with confidence. We do.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
that's how you have to live life. It's like be confident in things you're doing because
Mhm.
that's what's gonna get you to where you want to get to. Go ahead.
What about you?
You done?
Where's it my?
She finished her thought.
Not a lot.
I think for me, very similar sentiment. I think of like high school me, and you know, like there was just a lot of things that I didn't think were like within reach, and I think it's important to just be grateful for like all the opportunities that you have, you know, because a lot of people don't have the same opportunities that you have, and it's important to just be grateful and not lose sight of what you do have, right? Because you could always have more. And I always say, like, things could always be worse at the same time, too. Like, you could always have, like, a lot less. So I just always operate from that place that I'm grateful for, like, what the things that I do have and the opportunities that were provided to me. Because sometimes you don't take advantage, you know, and sometimes they don't come back around. So for sure, I think I'm happy. I'm happy where things are right now. And, you know, I feel like if I died tomorrow, like, I would have died happy.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
Same.
I would be alright.
Yeah.
I would love to do more in my life, but
You
if
did
tomorrow
best
was
you
the
can.
last, I would be
With what
alright
you
with
had.
that. Cause I know that I did the best I can. And yeah.
And I don't know why, but like I again, like the cultural component of things, I feel like a lot, like in our culture, like no one ever wants to talk about death. Like everyone's always just like
Fighting.
on pins and needles,
Yeah.
and like it's just like awkward conversations. But I'm like, for me, like I feel like death is almost like when I think about myself, I'll just make it about me in this moment. I think like I want my life to be celebrated. Like I don't want it to be like sad. And I like to talk about it all the time. Like I feel like I make my family members so uncomfortable because I always say like I don't want to die like super old and be like a burden to anybody. Like I want to like die young. But you know, like whatever it's meant to be, it will be. But I think death needs to be come from like more of a place of celebration, and I think that those of us who can should prepare for that moment, right? Because I always think like I forgot to girl, are we doing take 3?
Oh my god! I forgot to plug in the mic.
I can't. I really can't. Lori's fired. You think they'll be able to hear us?
Hopefully, because I just looked over that direction and I saw it. And
I feel like we have to do this whole thing over again. Lori, you had one job.
I have multiple drinks. This one job.
I can't.
Hopefully the audio. No, iPhone's good. The
Go
audio.
check the phone. Go check the
Audio.
phone.
I think it
Did she even press record?
I think I did. yeah. 13 minutes.
Okay.
Wait, let me play it. Hold on. I'm sorry.
We're not new to this.
We are.
We're not.
We're true to this.
I like that.
We're just a little rusty.
Really rusty.
So again, with the technical difficulties,
I
well there.
apologize. I didn't plug in the mic, but I feel like
We're good. We'll live. The next episode's gonna be better.
Yeah, I think so. It's the fact that we're gonna have another.
Oh my
episode.
gosh, I came across a quote.
What's the quote?
Give us the quote, because I feel like that's a good place to end.
Let me try to remember. Oh no, you finish your thought while I remember the quote.
Okay. So again, I feel like death just needs to be more celebrated.
Spoken about.
Yeah, I just talked about, you know, I think about these things, and I think about not being like a financial burden if I like pass away tomorrow. So like tell people, like I tell like my family, like there's life insurance, like I think about all these things, right? And I've had all these moments in my life where I've had to think about these things, like when you're going into like surgery and like just having like all your like ducks in a row. I think just, you know, like tomorrow just isn't promised sometimes, you know, like, and I just like to be prepared, you know. I think it's important, and I really just try to be present for like, again, like my little young family members that are behind me. And just, you know, like back to your thought where you're trying to be that support system that like maybe you didn't have. And sometimes being that person's exhausting, but you know, it is what it is. We're dealt the cards that we're dealt, and I think life is good. Life is to be celebrated. Our milestones are to be celebrated, and I'm just gonna end it right there because I don't want to go over time anymore. But Lori, finish us off with this wonderful, amazing quote.
It's I heard it from somewhere online. Her grandma her grandma signs off on this saying where she loves her more than she did yesterday, and she'll love her more tomorrow than she did today, because that love always grows.
I love that.
And I was like, oh my gosh, like it hit me because it was just so thoughtful, and then it just reminded me because I save cards, so like gifts like will be used up and then it won't last forever, but a card, when they have like that personalized sentimental letter written in there, is I save it forever, and it's not a lot of people do, but that's like my kind of love language. It's
Like having something tangible that you can like reference.
and those love letters.
Yeah, that's really sweet. I really felt that.
Saying, oh, thank you.
But if you take it to her heart.
Panda, any closing thoughts?
Stay tuned to the next video.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching, hearing us, viewing us, whatever streaming service you're on.
Wait, I thought it was on
YouTube.
platform.
wherever you're listening to us from.
Wherever you are coming from.
Yes.
Thank you
It's
for giving us time.
yeah. Thank you for
Taking
giving
up
us
your
time.
hour. It's a long hour.
It's
but
fun to be
we
back.
Appreciate it.
It's been a long time coming.
Oh my gosh, I love this for us.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
happy.
exciting.
We have some special guests coming your way, hopefully.
Oh,
soon.
yeah. Heads up on, or just a little breakdown of what this
What's
is
to come?
Yeah.
Just important people in our lives will be making appearances
Yes.
on this podcast because we appreciate their input and their words of wisdom and like
They have a lot to say.
of wisdom.
Yeah.
Yes. They have a lot to
Like,
say.
we can't do this life without the people around us, so
Yeah.
they gonna be surely making an appearance on this freaking podcast.
We have people coming from very different walks of life, and I think they have a lot to share, and I think a lot of experiences.
Different perspective.
Yeah.
Which is always which always.
Yeah, talking about me. Break it down, break it down.
Which we are always open to hearing.
It'll be some good stuff. Please stay tuned. Thank you for watching.